In 1954, Napoleon Hill recorded a series of lectures that most people have never heard. He called it the Master Key, one principle that unlocks everything else. Hill spent 20 years studying 500 successful people. Andrew Carnegie commissioned the research. What Hill discovered wasn't complicated, but it changed how millions of people think about success. Here's the promise: 7 core principles that built fortunes in 1954 still work today. From mental control to organized action. These aren't theories, they're practical steps you can apply immediately. This is a book summary. Pure Hill, no fluff. Let's get into it. Hill starts with a bold claim. You control exactly one thing in life: your own mind, not your circumstances, not other people, not luck, definitely not the algorithm, just your thoughts and how you direct them. He calls this taking mental possession. Most people never do it. They let their minds drift. They think about what they fear instead of what they want. They accept whatever thoughts show up without questioning them. It's like leaving your browser open with 47 tabs running in the background, except the tabs are all your anxieties. Hill's first principle is definiteness of purpose. Write down exactly what you want most in life. Be specific, not "I want to be successful." That's too vague. That's like telling your GPS you want to go somewhere nice. "I want to build a business that generates $10,000 per month in profit within 2 years" is definite. Hill uses a metaphor: 2 sealed envelopes, one labeled riches, one labeled penalties. The riches envelope contains sound health, peace of mind, work you love, freedom from fear, a positive mental attitude, and material wealth. The penalties envelope contains illness, fear, indecision, frustration, poverty, and every negative emotion you can name. You choose which envelope to open by taking possession of your mind or neglecting to do so. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before perfecting the light bulb. He kept going because his purpose was crystal clear. He knew what he was building. Most people quit after 3 failures because they never defined what they wanted in the first place. We're all very inspirational about Edison's 10,000 attempts until we have to restart our router twice. Hill's second principle under mental possession is mental attitude as your magnet. Whatever you think about expands, not magically, practically. Your thoughts direct your attention directs your actions create your results. Hill's famous line, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." This isn't mysticism, it's psychology. If you believe something is impossible, you won't take action toward it. If you believe it's possible, you'll start testing approaches. Hill calls it fixation. Sustained focus creates reality. Not because the universe magically delivers what you think about, manifestation TikTok, but because you start taking actions aligned with those thoughts. The practical step: daily gratitude for what you're building toward. Not what you have, what you're creating. This trains your mind to expect success instead of fearing failure. Hill's third principle is self-discipline over your mind. You must master your emotions before they master you. Fear, doubt, anger. These emotions cloud judgment. They make you reactive instead of strategic. The tongue discipline: think first, speak after. Most people reverse this. They speak impulsively, then regret it. Hill says the person who controls their tongue controls their mind. The practical technique: when you're angry or frustrated, switch your attention to your major purpose for 5 minutes. Force your mind onto something constructive. Do this enough times and it becomes automatic, which is harder than it sounds when someone's wrong on the internet. Mental control is the foundation. Everything else builds on this. You can't apply the other principles if your mind is scattered or negative. Hill's fourth principle changes everything: the mastermind principle. 2 or more minds working in harmony create exponential power. This isn't networking. It's not collecting business cards at conferences or adding strangers on LinkedIn. It's forming an alliance where everyone's strengths combine to create something none of you could build alone. Henry Ford had limited education, but he formed a mastermind alliance with his wife. She gave him faith when relatives mocked his horseless carriage. That alliance built an industrial empire. Kate Smith struggled as a singer. She could barely pay rent. Then she formed a mastermind with Ted Collins. That partnership generated $30 million in career earnings. Hill's point: identify the gaps in your knowledge and skills, then find people who are strong where you're weak. This is harder than admitting you don't know something, which for most of us is already painful. Here's the modern caveat: choose allies who share your values. not just your ambition. A mastermind alliance built on greed or exploitation collapses. The partnership must benefit everyone involved. How to form your alliance. Write down 3 areas where you need help: technical skills, industry connections, financial knowledge. Then identify one person who excels in each area. Approach them with a clear proposal of mutual benefit. Hill's 5th principle is applied faith. This is where most self-help gets it wrong. Faith isn't hoping things work out. It's not positive thinking. It's not putting CEO in your Instagram bio before you have a business. Hill defines it as active expectation plus action. Edison believed he could invent the light bulb, but he also ran 10,000 experiments. Ford believed in the automobile, but he also built prototypes and tested them relentlessly. The capacity for belief separates winners from quitters, not blind belief. Informed belief backed by consistent action. Here's his technique. Write your goal as if you've already achieved it. Read it every morning. I'm earning $10,000 per month running a business I love. Not I will or I want to. Present tense. This isn't self-deception. It's programming your subconscious to accept the goal as inevitable. Yes, it feels weird at first, like lying to yourself before coffee, but your brain starts solving for that reality instead of questioning whether it's possible. Hill's test for your own assumptions. Ask yourself, how do I know this is true? Most limiting beliefs crumble under that question. Hill's 6th principle is going the extra mile. The QQMA formula. Quality plus quantity plus mental attitude equals your market value. Milo C. Jones was a paralyzed farmer. He couldn't work his land, so he used his mind. He created Little Pig sausage and built a fortune from a hospital bed. Going the extra mile makes you indispensable. It gives you leverage. When layoffs happen, you're the last person they let go. When promotions open up, you're the first person they consider. The modern ethics note, going the extra mile means excellence, not exploitation. It doesn't mean working 80-hour weeks for free while your boss calls you part of the family. It means consistently delivering more value than expected in the time you do work. Your practice, in every task, ask yourself, what's one small thing I could add that would make this better? Then do it without being asked. Hill's 7th principle is personal initiative, moving without being told. 2 types of people fail, Hill says: those who won't act when told and those who only act when told. Success requires self-directed action, which means you can't wait for someone to assign you your dream life like it's homework. F.W. Woolworth started the 5 and dime store on his own initiative. No one told him to do it. W. Clement Stone turned $100 into millions through self-directed action. Your daily practice. One action toward your goal before anyone asks, every single day, even if that action is small, even if it's just researching for 10 minutes. Scrolling Instagram for inspiration doesn't count. Hill's 8th principle is creative vision, seeing what doesn't exist yet. 2 types of imagination. Synthetic imagination combines old ideas in new ways. Ford's automobile was a horse carriage plus a steam engine. Creative imagination reveals entirely new concepts. Edison's phonograph had no precedent. Most breakthroughs are synthetic. You don't need genius-level creativity. You need the ability to ask, how can I make this better? Then test your answer. Modern application. What problem can you solve that others ignore? What inefficiency frustrates you daily? That frustration is a business opportunity. Hill's 9th principle, learning from adversity. Every setback contains a hidden advantage if you look for it. FDR contracted polio. That adversity became the foundation of his presidential power. He developed empathy and resilience that shaped his leadership. Your practice. Review past failures for lessons you missed. Hill calls this finding the seed of equivalent benefit, which is a much better use of 2 a.m. than replaying the cringe moments. Hill introduces cosmic habit force here. Your thought patterns become your reality, not metaphorically, literally. Repeated thoughts become beliefs. Beliefs drive actions. Actions create results. Results reinforce beliefs. The ethical reality check. Hill's principles work, but they require integrity to sustain. You can manipulate people short-term, but exploitation eventually collapses. Build systems that benefit everyone involved. The master key is mental possession. You control your thoughts, or they control you. The 7 principles work as a system, not in isolation. Your immediate step. Write your definite major purpose tonight. 1 clear sentence. Form 1 mastermind alliance this week. Start going the extra mile tomorrow. Subscribe for more summaries that change how you think and act.